You will never get to 10K a month alone in sales. I'm going to tell you 3 things in this video that you can apply immediately to actually accelerate your progress in sales and instantly start making more money and eventually get to 10K. So the first thing I want to speak about is accountability. Most people in sales, especially if you're stuck at like 2K, 3K, 4K, they don't have a mentor. They don't have someone to look up to. And if you do and you're still stuck, well then you need to find someone else to teach you. The problem is you think that because you've got a little bit of success that you can just coach yourself. Where does this ego come from? You want to make 10K a month, therefore there is a gap between where you are now and where you want to be. You need someone to fill the gap. You need knowledge, you need to learn. So stop relying on yourself and also watching just random sales videos, picking up random sales books and thinking that it's going to have the answer to your problems. You are not going to find the answer in all of these random things that you keep consuming. If you're going to consume content, make sure it's actually applicable, because most of the stuff that you watch online is just generic. It doesn't really have any way of being applied directly after you actually consume the video. With this video, you can go and use the principles I give you to immediately apply them to your life and start making progress and get to 10K a month. So how I found my mentor in sales, or mentors over the years, was through the offers that I was working on. So if you just be around places, apply for jobs, be in the right networks, then you will eventually get onto a good job role. And by luck, you might meet a really good sales mentor. And you need to be a sponge. You need to be very humble and just learn from them. Listen to everything they tell you. Even if you second guess it in your mind and you're like, is what this guy's saying even gonna be able to help me? You know, should I do this? Should I do that? Just shut up, ignore your brain, and just attack and apply what they give you. Because the worst case scenario is it doesn't work, but then at least you know it doesn't work. If you don't try, you're never gonna know. So the number one thing you need to do to improve and get to 10K a month is you need a mentor. If you want my coaching, DM me on Instagram, it's DennisGBP. I can help you. Now, other than having accountability from your mentor, you need self-accountability. You need to journal to yourself, pen and paper, write out your goals, see what it actually takes to get there. Are you even doing the necessary actions to get to that level? Because what you'll find is if you actually write down the inputs that you're making every single day, how many outreach messages are you doing, how many sales calls are you doing, how much of the needle moving tasks are you actually spending time on, you're probably not doing enough. So you need to execute more. And the best way that you can execute more is to be self-accountable, to actually see on pen and paper, oh, I need to be doing 10 times the amount of outreach. That is where I'm going wrong. And then if you don't execute, you're just going to feel terrible, because you're going to be like, damn, I really want to make 10K a month, but I'm literally not doing what it takes. And I know what it takes because I've wrote it down on a bit of paper. It's in front of you. This is the power of using a pen and paper. You can't escape it. It's in front of your eyes. There's nowhere to run. And my father told me many times, he used to come in my room when I was very young and he used to say, do push-ups, do your press-ups. Are you doing your sit-ups, son? And I'll be like, yeah. And I'm like just playing on my gaming computer or whatever, PlayStation. And I was lying to him. He would always used to say this and then close the door and then open it, just peek his head through and be like, remember, son, if you're lying, you're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself. So this is another thing with the pen and paper. If you write down what you need to do and you don't do it, you're not lying to the paper, you're not lying to anyone else, it's you. And if you lie to yourself, well, then you're just not gonna get anywhere in life. Doesn't matter whether it's sales, business, relationships, getting a better physique in the gym, making friends, doesn't matter. You need to be clear, you need to be objective. Now, on the topic of execution, this is the third point I wanna make, you need to become a machine. So once you've wrote down all the things that you need to do, you need to completely detach from your emotions. Watch one of my previous videos that I did if you want to learn how to be emotionless and detach. You need to completely detach and just be a robot. You need to literally just boom, 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 and go through all the tasks that are required so that you can actually achieve your goals. It's hard doing 10, 15 sales calls a day. It's hard sending hundreds and hundreds of outreach messages a day. It's hard scaling your income. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So with that being said, you need to be able to just consistently do the actions over and over. And the best way you can do that is literally to be a robot, is to be detached and just purely execute. One big tip I will give you is there are certain things that work for some people. For me, if I don't sleep, I care less. I'm actually better on a sales call because I'm even more detached than usual. For you, it might be that you need more sleep because then you're better well rested. You have more energy in your brain. Maybe you need Red Bull. Maybe you need to drink more water. Maybe you're dehydrated. Maybe you need to meditate, go to the gym. Find what works for you. And this is golden advice. This is a gem. If you don't take it, I promise you, you're leaving money on the table. Find what works for you. The habits, the things, the actions that you can do that give you an energy boost. If you apply all of these things, you will guaranteed make 10K in a month. It is just a matter of time. If you want my help, if you want me to mentor you, I will guarantee take you to 10K a month if you're willing to put the work in and be humble. Message me on Instagram, DennisGBP, and see you in the next one.